So it's been written.
Woo.
Time is now.
Gangsta.
This is.
Wake your motherfucking
So welcome to my den. I got paid and got a chauffeur. I'm a rider to the.
Welcome to AJD. Okay, I am recording this. I just had to because I would have gone in depth with this situation. Nancy Grace, a reporter, a lawyer, and everything else. American Tragedy, she said. I was watching her on her show, and she said American Tragedy of O.J. Simpson. You have some nerves. You have some goddamn nerves, lady. Look up all the African Americans that was killed. They was killed by your people. Tamir Rice was killed. Sandra Bland was killed. Our people are being killed now, and they was killed in the past. But because they are African Americans, it's not a tragedy in America, but it's a tragedy because you're saying that O.J. Simpson got away with murder. But hell, he didn't. He got tried as grand theft, but you have never heard a person go to jail for life for grand theft. Usually they'll serve about 5 years. But you guys got your way anyway. And I blame him because he kept on dating these Caucasian women. Let me tell you something. You continue to date these Caucasian women, you got what you deserve, OJ. They was not going to arrest until you get in prison. And they got you. Because you made it easy for them. That's why I tell everybody, I would not make it easy for any Caucasian. If you want to fight me, but I guarantee you it's going to be a hard thing to do. Don't make it easy. Don't sell drugs. Don't carry, if you're a felon, don't carry a gun. You don't supposed to have one. Don't make it easy for them to arrest you and put you back into the system. That's how they make money off you. So they can sell you out. So you could do work. Let me tell you. I'm taking you to school. You have to understand. They will sell your behind out so you could do work. That's slavery for others people. So don't make it easy for them. Don't make it easy for them. I repeat, do not make it easy for them. Nancy Grace, you have some nerves. I swear you have some nerves, the white woman. Y'all want to put OJ, you can't do anything. The Fifth Amendment protects him. He was acquitted for this murder. It is double jeopardy, and you can't do nothing. That's why I stress people to come and join me in my program that I'm trying to form. The program is called The Rebirth in a New Trend. The Rebirth in a New Trend. The rebirth is saying we are rebirthing out. We are going to be rebirthed with no violence. And we're going to use their laws, the new trend, to use their laws against them. Because nobody don't think about using their laws against them. They created the laws. They can't do nothing. We use their laws against them. You don't hear me. You don't hear me. I want you to understand the Rebirth in a New Trend is a program that I am starting. This is between Martin Luther King and a Malcolm X. Because if you put your hands on me, I'm a file for assault and they don't do nothing. I take it in my own hand. When you put your hand back on me again. I do not condone killing. But I just want you people to know, my people, they are going back on the O.J. Simpson trials that happened about 20-something years ago. And they're trying, this man is already in jail for Nicole Simpson murder and Ron Goldman. They're already in jail for that. And I don't like OJ, but at the end of the day, this is the only African-American man that you know that got away with something like that. All these tragedy of America, that's what she said. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Sandra Bland was African-Americans in 14 or 15 was killed. They could say it was suicide. No. It wasn't suicide. That man killed her. Just like Tamir Rice, a little young African-American young boy. He wasn't a man yet. They got out of their car and shot this young boy dead. What about Emmett Till? They came in that house and picked that boy up and hung and beat the crap out of him and killed him. What about that? What about how they went in our ancestors' house and took the father out and let the kids see them take him out and hang him on the tree? But it's a tragedy of hope because an African-American male supposedly he was acquitted, supposedly have killed a Caucasian woman, a Caucasian man. You guys have killed our ancestors like crazy and you're killing us today. But that's not America tragedy. Why? Do you consider us animals? You have some nerves, you Caucasian white woman, Nancy Grace. You have some nerves to sit up there and say it's American tragedy. It's American tragedy how your ancestors killed our ancestors for no reason. Because of the color of our skin. You sit on the radio and have the audacity to say that. And how they're killing us like no tomorrow. Just like a young man, Jamal Clark, in Minneapolis, was shot down, killed, talking about he was grabbing the gun. But I saw the video, he had his hand in the back, and the prosecutor's not going to prosecute these cops. These cops are getting away with murder because the prosecutors will not prosecute. And you have some nerve to say that? You guys have been killing our people from day one. When you went over to Africa, if you didn't have enough room or didn't have enough food, you threw them instead of leaving them over there in Africa. You threw them off the boat and let them drown in the ocean like they was garbage. America tragedy, right? You're talking about O.J. Simpson, right? My God. Really? But you don't want to talk about how y'all treated our ancestors and how you're killing us now today. But it's a tragedy of hope. They're wasting taxpayer money by going to the old resident of O.J. Simpson and digging up that knife. And they want to analyze the knife to see if that was the knife they killed. What you gonna do? You can't try this man. You guys wanted him so bad, and you got him. He's in prison for the rest of his life. You got him for grand theft. I'm going to keep on saying that you have never in your whole entire life, you eventually you show yourself that you run the system and the system worked for you guys because you didn't get him on that murder. You got him on grand theft and gave him life. Might as well be life. I think he got what, 20 years or something? Might as well be life because he's old. You got him locked up. That show how much you control the system. You say, oh, we didn't get him that time, but let him make a mistake and I'm going to be right there. You're like parasites. I'm going to wait. I'm going to sit right here on the side of them and wait. And they wait for years. And when they finally got him, they got him and gave him life. I'm going to always say life. They gave him some years, but I'm going to always say life. That man is not coming out there. He's going to stay in prison. You see how they wasting taxpayer money trying to dig up a knife they found in his old residence. See if that was the knife that killed him. And I was watching a documentary, and I can't remember this man's name, but he was a Caucasian. And his brother turned him in. He was a serial killer, and he was in L.A. the same time. He was hanging out with Nicole Simpson and Goldman. And, well, Goldman walked in when he was about to kill Nicole. So they were showing the whole documentation, but they don't talk about that. And Nicole family, you guys wasn't nothing anyway. You was poor white trash. Until OJ came along. Now this is the killer part. Most African Americans would not even freaking talk to an African American female. She have to have her stuff together. She have to have, when I say that she have to have her stuff together, she have to have her stuff together. She have to have a degree. She wouldn't be no maid. If she was a maid, they wouldn't talk to her. Look at Tiger Woods. Talk to a maid. They set him up. And he made it easy. Talk to a maid, honey. Talk to a maid. An African-American female was like that. He wouldn't even look at her. Wouldn't even look at her. O.J. Simpson. She was a waitress. Would never looked at her. Look at his wife wasn't no waitress. Was his high school sweetheart, but I bet you she had a job. I can name off a lot of brothers who married. Look at Kobe Bryant. Married a high school dropout. Barely have a job, but she was poor. Even though she's a woman of color, because she's supposed to be Hispanic, but still, if that was a real true African American female, wouldn't do it. Wouldn't talk to that female. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Take it to school. At the end of the day, people, you continue to sit up there, Nancy Grace, continue to sit up there and say tragedy of hope, but you're not talking about tragedy of hope, how they hung Nat Turner in the old days because he was fighting against slavery. Did you talk about that? But you don't want to hear nothing there, how you guys, your ancestors have killed our ancestors like they wasn't nothing. But this one particular African-American male got away with something you think he did, and you're upset. I was reading, I can't recall the young man's name. It's older. He was young. He was 9 years old, and he saw two white Caucasian young ladies on the railroad track. And he made a mistake when they was looking for them because they disappeared. They finally found their bodies. Somebody killed them and raped them. He told them he was the last one to see them. And why did he do that? Because they put him on trial and tried him as an adult, and they killed him. Because he said he was the last, and they blamed him. These are stories, true stories, that people are being killed because of the color of their skin. Not by the content of their characters. They was killed. This young man couldn't handle two girls, never alone one. And they killed him dead. They tried him as an adult, 9 years old. Put him in prison. Made him confess to a murder that he did not do. And I have to look that up to find out his name. But this is something, American tragedy is how you killed not only us as African Americans, how you kill Africans, how you kill Native Americans. You killed them. You killed our ancestors. So you worrying about the tragic hope of an African American got away with something you think he did? You have some galls, some nerves, lady. tragedy of hope, tragedy of American tragedy. American tragedy. You have some nerves. You really do have some nerves that sit up there and say that it's a tragedy when your ancestors have killed our ancestors like they wasn't nothing. Like they was animals and it was okay. They can lynch us all day, our ancestors all day, but that's not American tragedy. You guys so pissed off, and there's a lot of Caucasians out here pissed off because OJ got acquitted. Because you think that he's automatically guilty. That's that white privilege. You're thinking, so he should be guilty because you said it. Just like Trump, when the 5 guys in New York, they captured them, and he put out a reward. He put out a big old newspaper article that stated that they should be executed. Now, what if they were executed and they found them not guilty? They didn't rape that Caucasian woman. But because most Caucasians say that they are guilty, why you have that much of hatred in your heart and you just say, but you don't have that with your own people? You don't think they're capable of doing it? Well, look at your history. Most serial killers are Caucasians. They're not African Americans. Most rapists are Caucasians. They're not African Americans. Read your history. But you would down that African American person and you would put them in jail so quick. And if they get acquitted, you're going to come after them like you did OJ. Came after OJ real hard, did you not? All the killings that your ancestors did, Nancy Gray, are Caucasian white supremacist ancestor as pulling them out of their bedroom and letting their kids watch them hang. You don't think that's tragedy? American tragedy? Guess not. You wouldn't think that, huh? Wouldn't think that at all, huh? You would think that the problem is it's our fault. We the one cause problems. That's what you're thinking, huh? Interesting. Well, people, I'm not going to cut this short because I had to record anyway. I'm mad at myself because of me re-recording and didn't get it down. Didn't get the information to you guys. I had to delete my first recording, but I'm just cutting it short. It was like almost a 35-minute recording. But I just wanted to get my voice out there to let you know that she have some galls to even sit up there and talk about American tragedy because OJ was found innocent. And all the stuff that their ancestors have done to our ancestors and still doing. This is just, that's the first, and I guarantee it's going to be the last. They're going to make sure that this happens. And I was watching on Fatal Attraction. This is a killer too. This man asked this white guy who actually did the killing to kill his wife and had a jury trial. They went the same time. Yes, I'm telling you this. You'll be surprised. The white guy actually killed them. Killed his wife, the African American man, wife. He did not. He was acquitted. The African American man is now serving time. This shows how the system is out for you. If this man pulled the trigger and the African American did not pull the trigger, they had witness that stated that the Caucasian actually pulled the trigger and killed this woman, and he still got away with it. Still got away with it, people. Still got away with it. But hey, Nancy Grace, OJ got away with it with this so-called murder. You can't do anything because it's double jeopardy of the Fifth Amendment. Can't do nothing at all. The Fifth Amendment protects him. But you have a problem with it, huh? Bet you do. Because that's about the first African-American man that ever got away with this so-called killing of a white man and a white woman. And you don't like that, huh? You have some nerves. People, this is why I'm saying join me in my program that I'm starting. I understand there's a lot of programs out there, but my program is going to be totally different. It's about how we using their laws against them, use their own laws against them. Their own laws. Come and join me. The rebirth in a new trend. The rebirth in a new trend. Come and join me, people. I'm not going to say I don't want Caucasians in it either. I'm just saying I love my people, my non-white people. It could be Asians. It can be Hispanics, African Americans. Come join me. Start this program up with me. I'm starting it as a baby. We need to use their laws against them, because when we have people like her who's a lawyer continue to talk about some O.J. Simpson stuff that happened 20-something years ago, and then pissed off because he was acquitted, but the man's still in jail for the same thing. Who ever seen a court case that you was already acquitted, but you're going to court for grand theft, but they brought all Goldman's and Nicole family there to testify? Why was they testifying? Why? Why was they testifying? Because they wanted this man so bad, they can taste it. They had to get him. And they got him. OJ, you're not going to see a light of day. These people going to always deny you. They're going to always deny you. Why? Because you got away with a murder, they want to say, and they're not going to allow you to come out because they wanted you in after that. So at the end of the day, buddy, you are in there for life. They are not allowing you out. That's why I say they know they control this system. They control it very well. They control it. They can't sit up there and say they don't control it. They control this system. That's full of crap. All of them full of crap. Sit up there and say they don't control this system. But people, love you. Want everything to be all right. And you have a great day. Peace.